Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. Scrapper, that is a retiree, called me about an hour ago, said he had a lawnmower, so I ran out there with the CRV to scoop this thing up. 2015 Poulan Pro, we'll discuss this. I gave 10 for it. I kind of looked on his trailer to see what other goodies he had. He had a garden cart, probably a Harbor Freight special. It had the Harbor Freight wheels on it. I scooped that up for $5, and a couple of bicycles for $7.50 each. Two Huffy fat bottom bikes. I got to go back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and get the garden cart and the two bicycles. I couldn't jam those into the Honda CRV. So I went for one thing and I ended up with a couple of other things. I think my son can use the garden cart. It's kind of out of season for bicycles, but I'll try to push those fat bottom bikes out the door. It's kind of too damn hot in Florida to be on a bicycle this time of year. Those sell better in the fall and winter time when people come down for the winter. They like to get exercise, maintain their fit and figure. So, don't know anything about this. He tried pulling on the rope. I did look at the blade. Blade's a stub, so why don't we turn this over and look at that. It did have fuel in it. And I looked at the oil at his location. It did have oil. I kind of spun it around at his location to see if it had a bent crank. And from what I could tell, it looked pretty straight, but the blade here is totally incapacitated on both sides. So they bought this new in 2015 and just kept using this until it wore itself down to a stub. Absolutely no cutting edge on this whatsoever. That's flat. The cutting edge stops here and goes out to here. So that was all disintegrated. No oil leak here on the oil seal. Kind of a little bit rusty down here. Not terribly bad. Sorry, I just kicked you. I was just checking integrity here. So it needs a blade. Let me bring you up here and give you the Poulan Pro number. Let me throw my spectacles on. 21-inch blade, so I gotta get one of those. It's the model 961-120-13101. It's also called the Papa Romeo 500 November 2-1 Sierra Hilo. High rear wheeler, love the color. That yellow really makes it sell. So something I kind of looked at here on the back recoil cover. Let me get you down without cracking my kneecap. This spark ignition complies with Canadian standard blah 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 blah. So this must be a dual country machine. It's in English here and then Français down here. Same here, English, Français right there. So what else can we look at? Like I said, I checked oil. Oh wow. Wow, that's completely blocked here. I've never seen one completely black like that. Well, that's something interesting. Sat outside. We got some rusty nuts. Rusty nuts aren't too desirable. If I had my turkey baster, would do a fuel sample. When I turned it over at his location, I saw this rusty water dripping out of the muffler. So that's not a good sign. Just tipping it over here the second time around, we got more water coming out of the muffler. As you can see, it already started drying here from the initial dump, the water dump. Got the side chute, which is always desirable. That goes on there. Okay, let's happy juice this thing. So this is what happy juice is. For you that haven't figured it out, it's just our carbon choke cleaner. It's highly flammable. I call it happy juice because if it fires off after a shot of this in the carburetor, I'm happy that it's just going to be a carb clean. If it doesn't fire off, that means we have an ignition problem or no compression. So I'm always looking for happiness with a shot of happy juice. So let's do this thing. Okay, so this recoil felt a little funky, and I think there's some rust on the safety brake. You can see some rust up here. So this was pulling back hard on the safety brake. Next time around, I'm going to come back here and try to move the linkage. We may have grounding out there on the coil because of the linkage. So let's give this another go. Well, hold on. My final consultation with the green lady. We just need just a little bit more motivation here on the 2015 Poulan Pro, the 500E, 500 for excellent. Let's talk to the green lady one more time tonight. Okay, she says she feels this Poulan Pro is going to perform. And I think she's right. I think they just abused the hell out of it just looking at this. And the blade's a stub. It just needs to be gone through. Probably water in the gas tank. So it finally kicked off. That's indicating dirty carburetor or a wet carburetor with water. Gave it another shot. Let's see if it kicks off any quicker. Okay, it must be really waterlogged. Pulled it 4 or 5 times. It kicks off a little bit and then that's the end of the story. Got more rusty water puking. Let me, just for the fun of it, take out this original 2015 plug. It'll be a champion if it's the original plug. Let's kind of look at that, see if it's got water water on it. So hold on, let me grab some utensils. Kind of working on a bunch of projects today, just bouncing around. Did some customer repairs, sold another pressure washer. Got to go back to the scrapper's location tomorrow, like I said, at 9 to pick up the rest of those goodies. So the Champion RC12YC doesn't look terribly bad. I don't see any water on it. It is a little wet, but that could be the carb spray. So I was just mentioning my retiree scrapper. Last couple times I've seen him, he's been limping on his right knee. And he said he's going to go. He had gone to the doctor, got a cortisone shot. So I saw him tonight. He's still limping. He says, "Oh, I got to go for surgery." He said the doctor said if he doesn't have a knee replacement, that he could end up in a wheelchair. And I know he says his wife's always worried about him scrapping because he's gotten cut before, falling off the back of the trailer. I think he's 79 years old, he told me. So I said, "Is your wife worried?" He says, "Yeah, she's worried and I'm worried." So I said, when you go in for surgery, let me know and I'll go visit you at the hospital. We can talk about scrapping. So I was just messing with him. I know he's got family here, a daughter, son-in-law, but I'll pop in on him if he lets me know where he's going to be worked on. So he'll be tied up for a while. I think with the knee replacement, I've known people that have had their both knees done at once, but it's usually one at a time. They'll do one and then a year later they'll do the second one. So he's going to be laid up for a while with recuperation, but they kind of get him out of bed, I believe, the next day and really try to get him going. You don't sit around. They really work the shit out of you after a knee replacement. There's no rest for the wicked. So he hasn't called me in a while. I think the last time he called me was a couple months ago. I picked up some units from him. So he, like I said, he doesn't do it a whole lot, maybe 1 day or 2 days a week. And he relaxes the rest of the time. This is just for extra money for him. So 2015, we know what we're doing tomorrow. After I visit with him, I'm going to plow into this Poulan Pro and do some damage, clean out the carb, get rid of the crappy fuel that's in it. As far as cleaning it up, it looks pretty clean right now. I don't see a lot of snot that I got to clean up other than the orange juice here on the deck. Wheels look clean. I'll do my shaker can here, make that all shine with gloss black paint. Right here on the overhead valve cover, kind of spray this, get rid of that rust spot there, just make it look like it just came out of the factory. But in reality, it just came out of Tommy Time's driveway. So I may do a Lawrence Carroll on this and take some ATF and kind of shine up that black paint. I think it can be done. It's kind of dull right here, but the rest of the deck appears still to be shiny. So there we are. I appreciate you coming out. Thanks for checking out my channel. I don't think this is going to be a big deal. Carb clean in the 21 inch blade. So whoever bought this just kept it running for this long, just kept it running, no maintenance. You saw the blade was a stub. I've never seen one really that caked up with snot before. It's really caked up there. So this thing could probably hardly could breathe. Look at that. Couple millimeters of oily yard debris. So I think a combination here, bad fuel, and the thing was just starving for air. There was nothing getting through this roadblock. You can see it go through halfway through the filter here on a side view. Okay, thanks again. Like I said, I appreciate you coming out. If you can, tip your waitress and wait staff. I'd really like that. And if you would like and subscribe, I'd like that even more. Have a good day today, and we'll check with you again tomorrow. Thanks again. Have a good day.